Hi, welcome to Concept Checkup. Today, we're going to be talking about a frame called Alea. The concept and abilities were created by Redditor Wolf202, and the art was created using a mix of Photoshop and a program called Artbreeder, which is a free site that I will link in the description for those of you who are interested. Starting with the description of the frame is a clumsy Warframe whose abilities give them the best quantum outcome of any action they take. Their moveset, stance, and bullet jumps are all supposed to be very chaotic and awkward, wobbly, as if they're drunk, stumbling through every action. Next, looking at the frame's overall appearance, the design itself is very visually appealing, though, to be honest, it comes across more as a roughed up soldier than some sort of clumsy drunk. Moving on to abilities, let's talk about Alea's passive. When moving, gain a 95% damage reduction. First off, 95% is kinda high. It should definitely be lowered, even if it's only by 5%. Second, it should probably be changed to evasion, as it fits the theme of the clumsy yet fortunate drunk much better than just outright damage reduction, as you're trying to get the best outcome, and the best outcome would be to not be hit. Alea's first ability is called Lucky Shot. Alea gains random crit and stat bonuses to attacks for a limited time, as well as a 20% chance for random damage to count as a headshot. Thematically, this perfectly fits Alea, as any one of these shots could be explained as a fly got in Alea's vision, and now Alea has a better shot. In terms of quantum outcome, this is certainly a way to do it. Power-wise, the random crit and stat bonuses are strong, but because they're random and not consistent, they're not as good as, say, Rhino's Roar. The 20% chance for random damage to count as a headshot, though, with the new galvanized mods, some of which completely relying on headshots, this ability will make endgame content significantly easier if you have the right build for it, especially if that 20% chance is based on power strength. Now any mods that rely on headshots become infinitely stronger, potentially. Not to mention the fact that headshots already make your guns do 2 times more damage. Alea's second ability, Gunplay, is a very fun sounding ability. Essentially, you take your gun and you throw it at the enemy. That's the whole ability. Of course, you're gonna have to go get your gun, but once it hits an enemy, it does a full magazine's worth of damage. And that's it. You go pick up your gun, rinse and repeat. Obviously, you wouldn't be able to use this if you've already thrown your gun, or you just didn't bring a gun into a mission. But apart from that, it doesn't sound very strong. It just does a full magazine's worth of damage. If you get that 20% chance from Lucky Shot, then every single one of those shots becomes headshot damage. Or if you just hit him in the head with the gun, that's probably work too. Do a lot of damage, good damaging ability, but it's not overpowered. It doesn't immediately strip all of their armor or take 50% of their health that scales with power strength. Alea's third ability, Reverse Outcome, causes any damage taken for a limited amount of time to instead restore that much health. The health can go over the health limit, but if it does, this health will slowly tick down until it's at the standard max amount of health. The first issue with this is that health is going to go up a lot when you get to higher levels. This can be solved in 2 ways. One, they make a limit to the amount of health you can go over, which is a boring solution in my opinion. The second solution to this problem would be the more health you have, the faster it ticks down. If you have 3 million health, you're going to lose hundreds of thousands in a matter of seconds. But in that amount of seconds, you're practically invincible, and it would make for a more fun ability. The second issue with this ability isn't actually an issue, is that it seems to clash with the passive a lot. Somebody might say, how am I going to take all this damage if I have a 95% damage reduction, or as I suggested earlier, damage evasion? Well, part of the passive is that it's only active when you're moving, so if you want to use this ability properly, you just have to stop moving and let yourself get shot.
てめえ正真正銘の史上最低な男だぜ。てめえのつけば金では払えねえ。
Alea's fourth and final ability is called Clumsy Style. Alea's movements increase in imbalance and randomness, and enemies walked into or knocked down take damage, and they have a chance to be disarmed. And this is all pretty good by itself, especially for a melee build, but that's not even counting the additional effect that heavy ground slams don't remove the stack multiplier, meaning you can just keep doing it without any penalties whatsoever. This is good on pretty much any weapon, but it's even better on weapons that are specifically made to be doing this regularly, like the Tenet Exec, which sends out waves upon using it, making this a very overpowered ability when given the right set of tools. But as a fourth ability, it fits right at home. It's not so broken where you're going to take out bosses in seconds. In fact, it's not even that useful on bosses. This is entirely for people that you actually can melee. If you went against Bayhek with this, you'd fail pretty hard. Ability-wise, Alea seems like a lot of fun to play. The abilities seem relatively well thought out, though synergy doesn't seem to have been super in mind when they were being made. Though that doesn't mean synergy doesn't exist. There's certainly synergy between lucky shots and gunplay. Whether on purpose or accidental, the synergy is still there. Additionally, the concept of Alea helps to fill this void in the shape of Bo Raicho that is within my heart. Overall, I give Alea a total of 2 Jack Sparrows out of 4 Hydroids. Thanks for watching.